Hello everyone, and welcome to a little video that, I don't know, I just have felt like doing for a while here. A little get ready with me, so I'll zoom you in a little bit. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything crazy today, or really, I don't know, the main focus is not the products that I'm using. I mean, I am going to test out some new stuff because I've got some stuff that I've had in my collection that I've been meaning to try out and I just haven't gotten to it yet, so I figure trying a bunch of new stuff all at once is a good way to do that. So I am going to be testing things and putting on makeup and trying to figure out a camera angle here. And I wanted to talk to you all about how I just don't give a f anymore. I just don't. And my god, does it feel amazing. I'm gonna start off doing my brows real quick because these are the only not new products I'll be using on my face today. As far as I know, I don't have any new brow products to test or anything. So what brought about this video? What stirred my mind lately? Well, it was actually seeing the announcement, and I'm actually very excited about this. Did you guys see? What Not to Wear is kind of coming back in a bigger and better fashion, in the sense that, Clinton and Stacy both announced that they are going to be getting back together for a reboot of What Not to Wear, if you will, kind of. Except instead of What Not to Wear, it's called Wear Whatever the F You Want, which pleases me so deeply on so many different levels for so many different reasons. The main ones being, I mean, first off, I was a hardcore fan of What Not to Wear growing up. I mean, I forget exactly what grades I was in, but like I remember wearing blazers to school because I was like following Stacy and Clinton's ideas of what a grown woman should wear, even though I know middle school. I'm not a grown woman at that point, but like I wanted to look good. I spent so much of my life wanting to look good for others. Yeah, that is the main problem here, my friends. And as I have grown and everything, and now that I like understand that feeling even on my own, that most of my life I have spent performing for others. And What Not to Wear was like a huge part of that for I think a lot of people, you know? For people who aren't like familiar with the premise of this show, essentially, I mean, I can only imagine if I was actually on that show, like how traumatic that might be. I mean, your friends and or family think that you dress and look so badly that they call up a television show to stalk you for a couple weeks. And granted, I don't know how much of this was actually like pre-planned in the sense that like people knew about it, or like staged, I guess is the word that I'm looking for, but it seemed pretty real to me. I don't know how you find so many Joe Schmoes of the world that can act that good. Not that I'm saying it, I don't know that Joe Schmo is like a derogatory term. I'm just using it as like normal people like me who were not necessarily like born inherently pretty and perfect and all of that. We're just regular folk out here doing regular things, trying to be our regular selves, yeah? So they have a camera crew like follow you around for 2 weeks and film you when you're like going to the grocery store, picking up your kids from daycare, like anytime you're out of your house, essentially. And then after 2 weeks, they bombard you and show you this footage, and they're like, look how bad you look! We're gonna take all your clothes and give you $5,000 and then we get to show you how to buy a new wardrobe. Yeah, doesn't that sound great? By the way, did we say you look awful? Like, oh my god. I can't even imagine if my closest friends and family were all standing around me and they thought I looked that bad that they felt they needed to do this for me. And like at the end of the day, I'm sure it was all from the bottom of everyone's hearts, you know, it was a different time. But like also, oh my god. I said the brows were the only not new thing. I also did concealer. I don't have a new concealer. Actually, I think I'm gonna use my Hourglass today. But yeah, I just, looking back, I mean, at the time I thought, oh, how cool and how lucky is that person? Like they get to go to New York and have these professional stylists like tell them what's gonna look the best on them and stuff. But like, then you get certain episodes where, and I'm not sure, I don't actually know that I remember her name, but the episodes where the people really kind of like fought back and didn't end up keeping their new style, those were the ones that actually stuck with me the most. I think because, you know, even back then I had this deep sense of wanting to be so myself that I didn't give a flying what other people thought about my style. And the one episode that has always stuck with me that's like that, and like I said, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but in my head and in my mom's head, because a lot of times my mom and I would watch the show together, she's the super cute girl. I'll have, you know, a photo and stuff on screen here. And like I say that, it sounds like I'm mocking her. I love that lady so much. I hope my mom still has a picture that I can put up here as well. My mom actually met her years later on an airplane because she was a flight attendant, not my mom, the person that was on What Not to Wear. So they got a picture yet. I was so jealous of my mom. Oh my, I can't even begin to tell you, but like amazing. And I guess she was super nice in real life too, like just a straight up, you could just tell, a good person that loved being herself more than anything else. And you know, she even said at the very end of the show, you know, usually when they're doing the closing scenes of What Not to Wear, they're like showing off their new wardrobe and, oh, look at me, I'm so confident now, and like I've got the whole world ahead of me now that I have this fantastic new wardrobe that, you know, suits societal standards of what should look good on me and what does look good on me, you know. But she was, you know, while she was showing off her new wardrobe, she was also like, yeah, I'm gonna go back to my old clothes, like this was fun and everything, but I just don't feel like myself, like I miss feeling super cute and blah blah blah. And like I just remember being so happy for her, you know, like she got to do this experience, great, but like also, sorry, I have to turn my little mini fan on, it is warm in here, but also, you know, she stuck true to herself, and like to me that just, it stuck with me, and I just still thought she was so cool. And like I said, I think, you know, thinking back on it, it really was just like that repressed sense that I too wish that I could have been like that, you know, like just been so inherently me. And I had no apologies about that, which is something so foreign to me. Let me tell ya. For the cheeks, I'm gonna try out one of these Instant Crush lip and cheek balms from ColourPop. I have tried one of them before, in the shade Lucky You, but I only tried it the one time, and that was weeks ago, so I don't really remember it. That's my yoga ball for anyone, okay? A lot of the colors, so they sent me the whole collection and everything, super nice. Thank you, ColourPop. I'm so appreciative that I'm still somehow on your PR list. A lot of these shades, if you have medium or darker skin, I think would be great. They're just really deep shades. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just for someone with lighter skin like me, it might be a little intense, and I'm not sure that I can really wear any of the other shades, but I'm gonna try out Adore You today, which looks like a deep mauve. I love the packaging. It's just like clear acrylic plastic, you know, kind of cheapy, but like I think it's super cute, if you will. I do like their ones that are shaped like Polly Pockets better, but those ones are a bugger to open and close, and these ones, I don't think it's magnetic, but they just snap close really nicely. From what I remember, this was just a more like matte formula than the other ones, but now that I'm dipping my finger in, I sure don't feel like it. But yeah, either way. Oh, okay, I think I can make this shade work. It is a little deeper than I usually do, but I think this is doable, and I'm sure on camera it's looking perfectly normal and fine. But yeah, overall, just, you know, I've been following Stacy on Instagram for a long while. I don't know why, I should really follow Clinton too. I loved them both on the show, and anytime I see or have seen over the years Stacy pop into my feed, I've noticed the evolution of her also giving less and less of a about societal standards and everything, and wearing more of what she wanted rather than what made her look sexy, I guess. At least that was always my interpretation of it, and I loved it. You know, I was also trying to become less infatuated with how I look to others, and I admired her for getting there, you know, especially because, I mean, she's going through a lot of other mental and physical things as well throughout her life. But either way, I really liked it that I saw that she was definitely changing and didn't necessarily stand for what that show stood for anymore, which we can only do the best we can at the time we are there, right? You know, like everyone has that hindsight being 2020 thing. Do these even still exist? I had gotten these from e.l.f. I mean, I purchased them. I got it from Ulta, I'm pretty sure. But these highlights, and I think there were also blushes and contours, these Halo Glow Beauty wands. I've got the highlight in Champagne Campaign, and these were like super hyped online. I think they were supposed to be like a Charlotte Tilbury dupe or something, and I bought them to try them, and then I never tried them. The transition out of being a beauty influencer into a real life human. So let's see if this even still works. This might not be a good reflection on this product because it is a little old. But like I just kind of, you know, as I'm growing older and getting more comfortable with myself and all of these things, I really do look back and see, like I said, how much I was performing for the world. And that makes me very sad. Oh my gosh, this makes me very happy. Anyone else? I just love... I don't know, it's just such a good feeling. I think it might have to do with, I had a baby blanket. My baby blanket growing up had this lining that was kind of like a velvet, and I loved to rub it against my thumb cuticle. What is that? I don't know, but it was very self-soothing, and so I think I have a thing from childhood about that. But either way, okay, let's taint ya for the first time together. There it comes, there it comes. Do we see it? Yes, we do. You'll never feel the same again. Just like you all will never feel the same again. What a good transition. If you decide to start dressing and acting inherently like your true self. That just kind of completely blended away. More, please? I mean, I love a natural look, but that's... I want it to be a little noticeable. There we go. That's pretty. It's nothing spectacular, but that's pretty. That's fine. And I don't know if that's something that comes to everyone with age, but I wish we all could have had this same kind of feeling that I have now as, you know, when I was a kid and when I was growing up, because my God, did I put myself through horrible things, and I developed disorders and things that maybe I wouldn't have. I shouldn't even say maybe. I most likely would not have, if not for the way that society shapes us and makes us see ourselves. And I say makes, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, society can't make you do anything. And like, I get that to an extent, but like, my God, peer pressure. On a national kind of level, it's a lot, you know? We all fall victim. I was about to put it in quotes, but no, it is kind of a victim thing that advertising and the media does to us as humans. You know, all these shows about how we can look better if we just do this different, or if we just wear this makeup product, we will be the most beautiful person in the land, or if we just drink this shake, we'll lose all the weight in the world and then we'll finally be desirable. You know, like all of these things. At the end of the day, we're being sold something. We're being sold a product. We're being sold an image that we should all want to attain and strive to be. And it's just like, no, thank you. Except on that note, it's more of a no. You. Now I'm going to be trying this One Size Point Made waterproof liquid eyeliner pen in the shade Bossy Blue. I'd gotten this in a Boxy Charm and I just wasn't able to try it in that video, but today I guess I'm feeling blue eyeliner, so let's give it a shot. I'm not historically known as being the best at speaking when I put on an eyeliner, but we'll give her a try. Da, 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 da. Ooh, that is pretty. That is blue. Yeah. This isn't going so well, my friends. Maybe if I turn my little fan off, I won't be so prone to blinking, but yeah, I'm sorry if I'm like kind of mumbling, but I'm trying my best here. One of the main things that sticks out to me from the show that I remember them saying to most people is like, you're going out in public like this, wearing your pajama pants to the grocery store to pick up milk, or like going to the post office to grab a piece of mail real quick. Like, you should be dressing up as if you are about to like meet the love of your life and you want to impress them and blah blah blah. Why would you want to age yourself with your clothes, and like why would you want to make it look like you don't care? It's like when you put these clothes on, it's like you don't even care. And it's like, looking back now, those are the people that I strive to be nowadays. You know, because I genuinely, as I get older and older, and I hope this is something that comes to most people with age, I give less and less of an F what other people are gonna think of me. And to say that it is so freeing, it's such an understatement. We used to, or at least on the show, people like this were labeled as people who were lazy and sloppy and frumpy. When in reality, now that I'm looking back, you know, I think a lot of these people were just so confident in who they were that they just didn't care what other people thought of them. And then this show comes in and makes them care what other people think of them. And that to me is an absolute tragedy. I don't like it. For a lot of these people, that was their way of like taking back their power and wearing what made them feel good. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, I think that should be praised and celebrated. Or even like, you know, the people that just literally didn't care what they were wearing or how good or bad they looked because they cared more about what they were doing with their life, you know, like who or what they were helping in their life, how they're making a difference in this world rather than how a piece of fabric that they're putting on their body defines them in the eyes of society. If you ask me, those are some powerful heroes. And like, don't get me wrong, there were certainly plenty of people on the show that like dressed poorly because they didn't have confidence in themselves and didn't think that regardless of whatever they wore, they would never look pretty. I think that's freaking... It's a tragedy, you know, like everyone can look good in some way and light, you know, and a lot of it, or most of it, really does come down to the inside. I know it's so cliche, you know, don't judge a book by its cover, and like it's what's on the inside that counts and everything, and like honestly, it just is. It just is. It's the freaking truth, my dudes and darlings. It is the freaking truth. I have known some not so good looking people, but like their personality was so fabulous or so good or so sweet or so kind or so generous that my god, they really do become beautiful, like inside and out. And I really do want to believe that we all have that power in us to see people in that way. And I also want to believe that the majority of people already do feel that way. They're just so pressured by society and whatnot that maybe they don't feel like they can voice that opinion or hold that opinion or whatever. And it just makes me want to scream. I so wish everyone could see themselves through other good people's eyes, you know? And I know there's gonna be plenty of people that say, well, Cassie, you are performing right now by putting on makeup and like speaking to a camera, and like, in a sense, yeah, but like right now I'm performing for me. Like I'm wearing makeup for me. I could have done this video just as easily while not putting makeup on, but I like having something to do with my hands other than just like wave them around in the Italian fashion that I do. So I'm trying to keep my hands occupied here instead of just assaulting my camera with them. But oh, this mascara. This was from Maybelline, the Falsies Surreal Extensions Mascara. Does this even exist anymore? When did I buy this and why? I don't remember hearing anything about this mascara, but something about it must have made me think, yes, this is something I need to buy. I surely was not sent this. Like, no idea. There it is. There we go. Let's give it a shot. Maybe I bought it because it's a pretty color. Wouldn't be the first time. I mean, the mascara itself is just black, but let's take a look at this wand. Nice. Looks very nice and unassuming. I like it, I like it. But like, I am so, these days, just as comfortable and feel just, I'm not quite there yet. I feel almost as beautiful without makeup as I do with makeup on. I mean, I certainly have no problem these days, like 100% just going out into public without makeup on. Most days at work, I'm not wearing makeup. Most days when I'm going to the grocery store, or hanging out with my mom, or whatever, I'm not wearing makeup. You know, I wear it when the mood strikes me, probably once or twice a week. And that's fine. Some weeks I don't wear it at all. Because like at the end of the day, I am just so freaking tired of performing my personality, performing my looks, my femininity. I'm tired. It became so tiring, and I don't know if YouTube like exacerbated it, you know, being on YouTube and doing the beauty and fashion content or whatever, but regardless, I got to this point where I just, God, life is so much better when you stop caring about what other people think of you. And I don't mean to like downplay anything, because I know I have been there. It is so hard to break that mindset, you know, where you really do care about what everyone is thinking about you, especially when you come from, you know, decades of wanting others to think that you're perfect or pretty or whatever. But like, I can't even begin to tell you how much better it feels, hello sunshine, for someone to tell you that like you made their day, you know, you changed their day for the better, you made them feel good, you helped in some way or shape or form, or you made a difference. That compliment, oh, to say that that feels better than someone saying like, oh, I like your outfit, or like, oh my god, you look so pretty today. The difference is not something that can be measured. It really can't. And don't get me wrong, it still feels nice every now and then for someone to say they like your outfit or that you're pretty, but like, does that last? For me, no. No, it does not. It just kind of like carries on into the next day. Like, can I look just as pretty today? Am I going to get a compliment on my outfit today? But my hair looks worse today than it did yesterday. It really doesn't matter. Okay, my lashes are a little wonky. I've been needing to redo my at-home lash lift, and I just haven't found the time to do it yet. So, especially this eye, let's not really base our thoughts on the mascara on this eye. And I mean, a lot of that I think also comes from thinking that if, you know, especially if you're like me, and you've grown up having these mental disorders and whatnot, like depression, body dysmorphia, or whatever, it's like, it's so tempting and easy to fall into the trap that, you know, if I just make myself look as pretty as possible on the outside, be that through what you eat, how much you work out, what you're wearing, what you're not, how you do your hair, etc., etc., it's like you think, or at least I always thought, if I could just make myself as pretty as possible on the outside, I could mask and people wouldn't see how ugly I feel on the inside, you know? And it's just, it makes me so sad to look back on myself and know that that's how I was feeling. Like, no little kid or even adult should ever feel that way. And I know that, you know, it all doesn't come from the media. Some of it does come from your peers or family members and that sort of thing too, but I think that's even worse. I would rather just blame the media. But like, I wonder how different my life would have been, you know, if I hadn't cared so much about what my peers thought of me. You know, if I just didn't try to hide how much I loved anime and Pokemon and that sort of a thing, and just embraced it and wasn't spending 2 to 3 hours every day working out, starving myself. Like, maybe I would have had more friends now that I'm an adult, you know, because the people that I was trying to suck up to or like get approval from and whatnot that I thought were my friends, they're not in my life anymore. Heck, even friends that I thought were there for the right reason aren't in my life anymore. And I do have to wonder if that came down to me just, you know, I don't know, maybe they saw through me and that I wasn't being myself, or I don't know. I guess that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time, but like, all those people that I was trying to impress outside of myself aren't even a part of my life anymore. But I'm still a part of my life, obviously. You know, like, what could my life have been? Where would I be now? You know, how many wonderful people did I miss out on meeting because of this? I don't know. And it is sad to think about, but at the same time, it's like, at least I have noticed these things and I can move forward in a different direction, and I can at least change my life now in positive ways. But it really is kind of crazy. I was gonna say amazing, but I think that puts a good spin on things, but like, how influenced we are by the media and the shows that we watch. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't just What Not to Wear that made me feel that way. There were tons of other shows, and I don't completely remember all of them. I think there was one called How Do I Look that I enjoyed, and there were others. What Not to Wear was the main one, because I really did. I loved Stacey and Clinton, and I loved the show, and I thought it was doing good for people. And you know, at the time it might have been, but I think overall probably did a lot more detriment than good. To end things here, I've got my final product, this NYX Fat Oil Lip Drip that was probably super not Instagram, I think it was TikTok famous years and years ago, and I bought it to try it out, and then I never tried it out, so like, I have the shade Supermodel. Let's see how this goes. Does it even smell okay? It does. Kind of watermelon, fruity. I don't know. These are just supposed to be like incredible. And I do love a good lip gloss, lip oil, whatever you're gonna want to call it. So, oh my god, yeah, it's like a Jolly Rancher candy or something. That's delicious. I like the big fat doe foot applicator. I mean, that is yummy. Gives a little tint to the lips, not an insane amount, and also not as much sparkle as I was anticipating based on how it looks in the tube, but overall, I like it. So, overall, for anyone who was here for the makeup, sorry, this probably wasn't that exciting. But here's the makeup. Here's what I came up with. This is, you know, pretty standard for me these days. I think everything looks good. I think this highlight is probably the only thing that I like wouldn't necessarily reach for again. I mean, I might, I have others that I love a lot more. I think, you know, the lip product, the mascara, that eyeliner was really nice. This lip product, like I'm pleased with how things turned out. I think my eyeliner game is not as strong as it used to be, but hey, we're trying here. And overall, I feel like my lips are getting more and more color as time goes on. So maybe there was more tint to that than I know of. I think the moral of today's story here is A, no one's opinion about you matters more than your opinion about you. And B, it is never too late to change your mindset. I am living, walking proof of this. Like, I mean, took a bit of therapy and a lot of daily self-work, but it is possible. It's never too late. And I'm very excited for the new show that Stacey and Clinton are coming out with. So, I don't know if this talk was helpful or fun or whatever for any of you all, but I had these things on my mind that I just wanted to talk about real quick with you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know whatever you want to let me know in those comments down below. You can also let me know, as always, if you enjoyed the video by giving it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe by tippity-tapping that notification bell down below and becoming a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I would love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!